think, number one, the big thing we took away is fundamentals, the little things. On offense, hand placement, leverage. On defense, angles. That was the biggest thing we took away, and those will prevent the explosive plays when you're better at tackling on defense, and the little things on offense up front. There was a lot of good, and then there's plays you look at, you're like, man, that could have been it, but you can't live in those worlds. You got to live in what we did. So we just got to get better on the little things. That's what we really worked on last week and going into this week. Yeah, I think fundamentals, technique, the little things make the big things, and it's not the scheme part of it. We got to adjust and do different things, but really it's about the little details. And when you make those little details work, it's going to make you a better player. It's going to make you a better team. So that's what we worked on throughout the whole week, and even yesterday when we had a practice. So it was a good day yesterday, and we'll continue to have a good week last week. Yeah, I mean he's been who he's been. Obviously he hadn't practiced for a whole length of time, and then got to practice and played in the game. So being they call him Uncle Jack, the seventh year guy. That's done it, seen it, been in the big game, been in all the games. So he's done a really good job, and he's just continued to progress and do those things right now.
Austin, Jack mentioned last week you called him after the Washington game just to make sure he wasn't being too hard on himself about the turnovers. Why did you feel like that was the right thing to do, and then what was the message there?
I mean, nobody beats themselves up about a loss or anything that happens more than the players do. And it's my job to make sure that they're in a good mental headspace and can continue to push forward. So thought for 3 weeks of practice, played for 3 days of practice really. Went in the game and competed at a high level, and obviously the turnovers are what they are and we have to eliminate them. But wanted to make sure that he knew we were confident in him and what he could do. And I think, pushing forward and how he's prepared these last couple of days, last week, into yesterday and the day, and he's up there watching film. He's gone in the right direction. No, I mean, even though he didn't practice, he's been in meetings, he's been out there, so he's seen it, he's done it. He just hasn't been able to practice and do all the things at full speed, and obviously throwing and the timing and all that. So from the perspective of knowing and understanding the system, no, but getting getting the things done and timing with the receivers and the tight ends and timing the handoffs and all those things, that's what he had to really progress at, and he did a really good job.
Can he just the backup quarterback?
We'll see. Right now, we still have Alex. Alex will be there, and he'll have a role, and we still got Davis. So we'll continue to roll those guys. It's really just the little things that we talked about. We got to get better fundamentally. We got to get better at our angles when the ball is caught, and that'll help all the big things come to fruition.
How about the Wink's decision to send some of the guys out from the secondary on blitzes? I mean, and kind of leaving maybe some baking a holes on the back end. Is that something that you guys have kind of?
I mean, when you study our film from the past years and this year, people say we'll blitz more or don't blitz more. It's not. That's not the case. We just got to do a really good job with how we scheme, when we scheme, but also executing at a high level. We're all in this together, so there's no pointing fingers. Yeah, he's done a great job. You're exactly right. This is a different era of football, and you got to have a forward thinking of what you do. And we're compiling names and data, not only of college, but high school, and trying to build it from the high school ranks to make sure we get a core foundation of that. I think we're doing a good job with this recruiting class, and we'll continue to bring in the pieces needed that we need help immediately, to replace and do things and sustain the success that we need to get. So he's done a really good job of just managing the numbers and the roster, and we got the 105 and all those changes coming. So forward thinking and all that, and letting us do the football stuff.
And how much of that is concentrating on your own roster too, and making sure they're taken care of?
Yeah, it's a lot. We got to make sure that our guys are here. That's the number one group we got to recruit, and we got to make sure they're happy mentally, physically, and spiritually. Make sure the guys here are in a good place. Looks like they're trending all in the right direction, so feel good about them. I think they'll all practice this today, so I feel like we're in a good place with them all. We'll see. If Miles is back, then I think Miles will be the starter at left tackle, and then we'll see at right tackle. I thought Kripp did a really good job. I think he did a really good job controlling line scrimmage with the calls, especially in that environment. Being pretty calm. But he's been a guy that's traveled to different places, seen it. So it looks like he'll cement himself there and continue to work there. But we'll see what happens with Dom, and Percy gave some great experience being an older guy. So it gives us a challenge at the other spots to see what he can do.